Hey everyone, it is Kim Barnes Jefferson here, and I help women to have the courage to break free of the diet mindset so they can live a life of balance, peace, and harmony. So what I do is I like to keep things simple because I got too much going on in my brain to overcomplicate stuff, and God knows I spent way too much time overcomplicating a lot of things in my life. So I wanted to get down to, it's the 4th of July. So it all comes down to choices. And I always hear it. I just got finished teaching a class and I'm on my way to teach another class. And in the bathroom, you hear a lot of things. And I overheard these two people talking about, oh my God, it's the 4th of July. Ooh, I'm just gonna eat too much. That's a story you tell yourself. You tell yourself it's a holiday, so you're gonna justify overeating and overdrinking. Why? Why can't it just be Wednesday? Why can't it just be a Wednesday? Why can't you go into the holiday saying to yourself, this is what my plan is, that it's the 4th of July and I'm going to eat blah. And you already know in your head what you're going to eat. Because I don't believe in this deprivation. I don't believe that you should show up at a party or barbecue or whatever you're doing that day with, your food in Tupperware and a jug of water. No, don't be that freak. Instead, I want you to think about, at this point in time, we kind of know what our plans are. We have 1 or 2 barbecues we might be going to, we might be staying home, whatever it is. And in your head, say to yourself, okay, what am I going to splurge on? Hey, Kathy, how are you? Ask yourself, what am I going to splurge on? Because we all go to barbecues. So my husband's best friend, he has a barbecue, a big clam bake every 4th of July. And his big thing is clam chowder. So I know that I have to have that clam chowder. Now, do I have to have it? No, but I know I need to at least have a couple of sips of the clam chowder because that's his thing. And we all have that friend who there's something that they make that's their thing. And I gotta say, his clam chowder is delicious and it's well worth the calories. But if you're having something just for the sake of having it, and it's not the end all be all, guess what? Have 3 bites and push it to the side. And I know what it's like to have to be polite for things. Aunt Susie makes the best whatever, and if you don't have a bite of it in front of her, she's gonna chase you around the house. I have a friend of a friend, and she makes cakes. And, I'm a simple cake girl. I'm really happy with Duncan Hines and chocolate frosting. Yeah, I'm a simple girl. So she makes these elaborate cakes, and that's her jam. Great. And we were at a party, and literally she asked me 40 times, have you tried the cake? Have you tried the cake? Have you tried the cake? And finally I was like, for the love of God, let me just try this damn cake. It was okay. It was, I wasn't peeing my pants because it was so good. But you have those people who literally needle you, did you try this? Did you try this? Did you try this? So I get it. Have a couple of bites. I had 3 bites of the cake, told her what I thought of it, and I put it to the side when she wasn't looking. You can do the same thing. So, one of my biggest, I'm a big believer of the law of attraction. And if you don't know what that is, that's the book, The Secret. And basically, there's a movie, and basically it says thoughts become things. And if you go into the weekend saying, this is going to be a shitty weekend, what do you think you're going to have? A shitty weekend. So if I go in with a plan, so for me, Wednesday is pretty low. Wednesday, we're going to an event. I know that I'm going to have that clam chowder. Boom, it's already there in my thing. Then I say to myself, okay, I'm going to have 2 glasses of wine. So I'm gonna have a clam chowder, I'm gonna have 2 glasses of wine. So there are people who are the drink police, and if you're not drinking as much as they are totally all up in your business. I have the personality that I can tell them to go pound sand or go have sex with themselves. Or if you're not that person, then one of the things I always tell you is I say have a faux cocktail. So it could be sparkling water with a lime. It could be, just a glass of water and just say, 1 drink, 1 water. And it's a way for you to pace yourself. And so that you just know. The other thing is I always just make sure that or just say this is what my goals are. A few years ago, when I was still competing, I was doing a show that was literally the weekend after the 4th of July. And I remember, I went to the beach that day, and I packed all of the, good healthy foods for the beach. And then I went to this barbecue, as I talked about, and, I asked for just no sauce on my chicken, but it was I had chicken like everyone else had. Exactly. Plan splurges without going crazy, because it's like when you go crazy, you wake up the next morning and you're like, oh, and then you play the woulda, coulda, shoulda game in your head, and that sucks. Like you could probably cure cancer with how many times you played the woulda, coulda, shoulda game. So I was at this barbecue, and it's my husband's good friend, and I said, hey, I'm like, when you're making the chicken, could you not put sauce on my chicken? I had the salt, the pepper, the olive oil, everything else. I peeled the skin off the chicken, and I had chicken. I brought a salad to make sure that I had green vegetables, and that's all I had. I was mindful, even now when I go to events, I'm mindful of the sides that I put. If it's not something, I don't like mayonnaise, so I don't even have to think about potato salad, because it's just not my thing. I just don't understand that. But it's just not my thing. So, the whole time I'm drinking water. And this one guy was just like a freaking mosquito. And he's like, can't you just have a glass of wine? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, next week's my event, and I got my blinders on, for my event. That's my goal. And then he's like, how about white wine? How about vodka? And I'm like, I'm good. And at that point, that's when I really realized that when people always are asking you about what you're doing, it's them. You're making them feel uncomfortable. There's something about what you're doing is pushing on a button of their resistance. And at that point, I was so locked in on my goal. And I ask you, as you go into any holiday, any vacation, anything, is your goal so locked in that you can't be pulled off the track? I was trained at that point. I was in full training mode. I had T-minus, I think it was 4 or 5 days before I was getting on a plane to go to Vegas. There was nothing that was going to derail me. No wine was going to taste as sweet. No ice cream, no nothing. Any of my vices were going to taste as sweet as me accomplishing my goal. So I ask you, as you go into a weekend, do you have the clarity around your goals? Are your goals so clear that you're like, you know what? Me having 4 or 5 drinks isn't going to lead to my goal. Me waking up the next morning feeling bloated and icky and gross isn't going to lead to my goal. And one of the things I challenge you is that, here in New England, we're having this crazy heat wave. So I know being outside for long periods of time isn't going to be conducive. But this morning I got up at 5:30 and it was 69 degrees outside. So it was nice to get outside and just do something. So if you are attending, if you are going to a beach or lake or whatever, and you're not near any type of, traditional gym, head outside, go for a nice long walk, move your body at least 30 minutes a day, and do some type of body weight exercise. My One Sweet Summer sale is still going on. The price has increased to $97. So in that bundle that I put together, I do have 30 different workouts so that you could do that anywhere you are, no matter if you're at the lake, if you're at home. So there's something in there for everyone. The other thing I want you to think about is that involve your family. If you have little kids, play tag with them, jump in the lake, swim with them, go on a walk with them. Just have them involved, because the more you involve your family, the more they start to get it, and that it's become something that you do. For my husband and I, we have every Wednesday we have a spin date. It's just something that we do. And it's just our way of connecting with each other. And, it's his way of knowing that fitness is important to me. And so he comes along because he knows that that's, I'm happy when he comes along with me. Do I force him to come? No, but it's like, it's now become our thing. I found something that he likes. I like it, so it's something that we can do together. So I want you to think about those kinds of things. So I want to wrap up. 1, make a plan. Go into the week, make a plan. You know, I'm already going away and I know what my plan is. You know, I have protein shakes. I make muffins so that I always have like healthy muffins for breakfast, or I have my shake for breakfast. I know, you know, what the menu is going to be like, so I know like there's definitely going to be a protein and a veg. I'm bringing salad, so I know that I can have some green vegetables. So I always go in with my plan. I'm not saying be anal. It's just like, don't let the day get away from you so that you wake up the next morning and you're like, oh, sweet Jesus, what the hell happened? So make your plan. Decide what your splurges are gonna be. Is it 1 to 2 cocktails? Are you having dessert? You know, and decide what that food that your host or hostess or someone at the party will make that will chase you around the house, making sure that you had it. And then have a couple bites, and if it doesn't blow your hair back, then you don't have it anymore. So those are all the tips I have, but like I said, my One Sweet bundle is still available. It's now moved up to $97, and I'm also offering a 30-minute lifestyle audit, which basically you pick one goal and we just laser focus in on that goal. So we could talk about food, we could talk about workouts, we could talk about mindset, anything helping you set goals, anything in that 30 seconds, we will just laser it down and just help you get right on that right path. And that's also $97. So what I'll do is I'll put the link underneath this below. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. I'll put the link under this below. But if you guys have even any questions about the 4th or anything like that, do me a favor and leave those comments below. If there's someone that you know that needs to hear this message, just hit the share button, or just have them hit me up on this webpage or in my Facebook group, Women Who Thrive. So have a fabulous 4th if I don't talk to you before then. And hopefully we all don't wake up all bloated and gross on the 5th being like, what the hell happened? Talk to you guys soon. Have a fabulous day.